It's, and it highlights four themes. As I said, the first one is the nature as a sacred forest. There is a sacred forest right in front of us. That forest is also our teacher. Our students go into the forest. Well, after this touching story, I hope you could understand the message. I think it was quite obvious. And we are so lucky to be outside, not in a closed tent, but we can see the trees and the holy forest that they were chanting. So may I now invite you for a brief tour around the compound to see the ecological infrastructure of the Vajra Academy. So, does everybody have an audio earphone? If not, then maybe they're still available. So we'll go up the stairs again. I have already told you about the forest, the sports field. Here's a decor and stage for theatre plays as well. Here's the amphitheater. We will walk up to the first point where I will point out the next topic. I told you already that the green school have a green curriculum. That is number one. Without a green curriculum, there is no green education. Of course, infrastructure can support the green education and curriculum, but we have come to three pillars of our education. The first one is quality education. Of course, if we want to deliver good education, it has to be quality. For the parents, also very important that really want to pass their final exam, and not only pass, but they have high marks. So first one is quality education. Then we move to the next one, is environmental consulting. Is at the heart of education. The third one, you don't educate yourself for your own benefit, but you are educated to serve the society. That's how we see education. Not to gain benefit for yourself in the future, but to know how you can contribute to the society. So that's the third one, the development of a social attitude. And there are three colors. There is the yellow, the color of the sun, the energy of the sun. The second one is green, obviously, for environmental consciousness. And the red color is for social attitude, the color of compassion, the color of the heart. So these are the colors that you find everywhere. You find it in this structure here. You find it in the costumes of the students. It's yellow, green, and red. And in other places, the flags over there. It is on our website with the three symbols from waste wood. So that is something we are planning. Then we go to the agricultural section of the school. You can see organic garden. There is a stable for beehives. Beehives are just behind the wall. You can't see them. And we're going to put them over there. Yeah, and then even more to the left, the people over there, they can see there is our dairy farm. So the cows or buffaloes, that changes sometimes. They produce milk, which goes to the school, and the dung goes to the biogas plant, which we will see at the end of the excursion. Then this is something very interesting. Who knows what it is? Sorry? Call for a flag. It looks like. Who says that? Yeah, it's a clock. It's a solar clock.
Oh,
Eco-friendly clock. The only thing we need is the sun, so it doesn't work when it's raining. But I designed it myself because there is real scientific details you need, the latitude, etc., the exact point where we are, and we have to direct it exactly. I don't know, but maybe it's the only one in Nepal. And the shadow gives you the time. But it's too cloudy, but it should be somewhere here. So the pole projects the shadow, and you can see the time. There is only one small detail that we know that the sun doesn't make, sorry, the Earth doesn't make a circle around the sun. It makes an ellipse. So that means sometimes time moves faster ahead, sometimes it's slower. So here the students can see the equation of time, and they can correct the time which is given by the shadow of the pole. So every month brings a different correction. So this is a conversation piece. Eco-friendly clock.
Nice.
The other classes is very playful because the national anthem. Maybe this is the time to introduce Tanuja Pandey. And this year we have started to reach out with an Eco Award for a person with outstanding contribution in the field of ecology, fighting climate change. And we have an international jury. And this year we have selected Tanuja Pandey. She received the award. She received the award from the State Minister of Forest and Environment. So we were very glad that you joined us.
Thank you.
For you're a lawyer by profession, and you use your knowledge to fight climate injustice. And as you rightly share in your articles, that mostly it's the poor people that suffer the most. And you've been very successful with your campaign against a new airport, which was really unnecessary. It was only in the benefit of the landowners and constructors. And you won that case with your large group of followers. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Being young, you can become meaningful. This is an example. That's why we chose you. Okay, let's move on. To the right here, you can see the boxes. The students separate their waste. Plastic is thingy to school, but organic matter, paper, and other waste. And we try to compose. Here is an important, but not very visible aspect of the school. That's why we have put a signboard because this is the place of rainwater harvesting. Nepal has so much rain in a year, and still there is sometimes a lack of water, even in the Kathmandu Valley. So that's why we collect the water on the roof. I will show you over there. It is stored in a cellar, and it is purified here. This is the water that students use. In the rainy season, there is always enough water, but we store it, so even in the dry season, for many months, we can use the same. Okay, we go up here. It's built with ecological spoon. Finally, people start to understand that maybe one road wasn't such a bad idea. And you can see the Dutch Nepal flag, because it was a joint venture. It was international cooperation, it was sharing knowledge. And this is also number 17 of the UN Sustainable Development Goals. It's partnerships across borders, cooperation, put our knowledge together, our efforts together. Let's take the money from where it is to where it's needed. So there are 17 goals in your brochure. You can see how we can link each goal to practices in this school.
UK.
UK,
Yeah.
China. Did I forget any? Nepal, of course. Any other country? Tuvalu, yeah. Sorry?
You have India also.
India. Oh, yeah. Good you mentioned. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. So here you see a bunch of pictures about what the foundation has been doing. This is when we started in 2007, it was our foundation, 1997. So that's now nearly 50 years back. The foundation was founded. Yeah, I was. That was the time I looked better than I do now. So this is the Vajra, of course, and nearest door is the father of Drisha. The microphone across. Door is also here. Yes, because it's from the beginning, and now the trustee of the school. The main thing is this baby in this complex, because this is our big success, the Solar Cooker project. Yeah. Now they have moved across the globe. There is only a small community left. But in 2006, 85,000 refugees were using our solar cookers to cook their food. So massive gatherings. We organized competitions to make even more better use from the cookers. And you know the prize for the winner? Pressure cooker to cook even faster. Very important, the hay box, so that the food is still hot in the evening. This is also an interesting picture. It's very difficult to recognize him. Antonio Guterres, who was then head of the UNHCR. He visited our project, and here you can see a younger version of Dog. And now, of course, he's the Secretary General of the United Nations. Yes. We organized the first solar expedition. All the food for the clients was cooked with portable solar cookers. The school was awarded as a changemaker school by the Ashoka Foundation. There are only 300 schools that have that recognition, and they've written why this school was selected. And you know one of the major points? Just guess.
Wider and environment.
Now the funny thing is that they look if there is empathy in the school. Isn't that wonderful? Yes. Empathy, then they say creativity to solve the problems. Then teamwork and leadership. That's why the school has been selected. Here you see the temple forest, Vajra Academy. Students, here they are planting rice. So each picture has a long story, but you can.
Oh, the summer is good.
Sit there. We painted them in the corporate colors, which I have already explained. We want to make them visible because our idea is to put 3 more floors. We want to educate more people. I showed you the rainwater harvesting spot where the water flows to the cellar. Here is the inlet. Doesn't look very interesting, but it's very meaningful. So the roof is slightly sloping, and the rainwater takes when it rains, it flows to that point, and it goes down the tube. And of course, there is dip from birds, etc. There might be the dirt here. People are walking here, so it's not instantly good for drinking. So that's why we have the purification station. This is our installation. Please again mind the step. I will explain you more on that side.
Okay.
So what is special about this installation is that a big form of the cookers that you saw in the picture. They are called the FK14 because they have 1.4 meter diameter. But that cooker you have to move every 15 minutes and direct it to the sun. So a clever engineer, he designed the kitchen where the dishes move with floppers. They are concentrators. They concentrate the sun rays to the balloon here in the middle. So from above, from below, and there is water inside. And that is converted into steam, and the steam runs down through pipelines to the kitchen where it is used for cooking. It cooks very fast, and this can cook for up to 200-300 students in a sunny day. Well, the reality is that this installation has reached the end of its life cycle. We've been using it for 18 years, and the maintenance is quite costly. So we have consulted experts in India how to repair and maintain it. They said nowadays photovoltaic cells, PV cells, have become so cheap that it's better to replace it with PV cells. So now our new plans is to use this space for an extra hall and have the PV cells on the top. That is one of our next projects. We leave some space open here and over there, and the hall can be divided. So it has multiple use. But this has been instrumental for our school. So we don't remove the whole installation. We will keep 3 representing dishes for our 3 pillars as a symbol of the past. Because we have intern students from different areas of Nepal. Quite a number of them have a scholarship. That is also, we provide scholarships. Otherwise, parents have to pay for the education. And you see solar water heaters. That is still working very well. In a sunny day, it can produce 1,000 liters of hot water. And that's enough for the students. There is a new installation where Vajra Academy is written. On the other, instead of shouting at the villagers, we thought, why not we make it re-beautifying? and there is a small temple even. So that message has been understood. Now it's clear. Yeah, and the students, they maintain that garden. Very important. From here, you can see the biogas installation. It is below the ground, but we wanted to make it visible permanently. So it receives sewage from the toilet as well as dung from the dairy farm. And it doesn't cover all our use, but it is the most important message to the students to think of renewable energy. So that's still working excellently. And our land goes up to that sacred forest, jungle, where you can see the landslide over there. And on the Pendra, where's the Pendra? Yeah, was it the 4th of July? The replantation. 5th June is World Environment Day, exactly. Yeah, plant. So we need trees to hold the soil. So after you're done, you come down here, and there is a vegan lunch, light snacks waiting for you. Okay, students, will you take the people? So one is Gantan, other is Vajra. Carbon footprint of meat is much bigger than vegetarian food or even better vegan food. So we have started to make our own seitan. Seitan is made of wheat. It's a meat replacer. You can make it very tasty. So we had organized a master class for the cooks here, and they make their own seitan. So there is momo, which is of course a national delicacy of Nepal. It is with seitan and vegetables from our own garden. But if you happen to be allergic to gluten, then you better take this one.
Not an expert.